Welcome to part 3 of Web Design's Lesson 5 project, which we're trying to build a contact page for our website. So where we left off in part 2 was we created a testing server for PHP, and we created this test page called test.php. And before you go any further, you should make sure that this web page is working. So I'm going to click preview, and you should see my first PHP script. If you do not see that, you should not proceed any further. You should get that working before you go on. So seek me out if you have trouble with that, and I'll help you try to fix it. I'm going to go ahead and close this now and assume that you have it working, and we can continue. So what we're going to do first is we're going to copy this index page so that we have the exact same theme going on in our thank you page. So we're going to just click this project, click paste, and we're going to name our second page thank_you.php. Now I've already created that in advance just so that we could move things along a little quicker. So in order to show you how I made it, I'm just going to create this as thank you too. You're not going to put that in. So here's how I made that page. Basically, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to delete all the div tags that are inside the form element. So I'm going to scroll this down until I see the closing form tag and delete everything, which only leaves me the opening form tag and the closing form tag, and then I'm going to keep the header in here. I'm going to keep this H2. Matter of fact, I'm going to rename this text color brown. And one of the things that this page should show us right now is how it looks. Let me go ahead and save this. Oops, that's the wrong page. Let me go ahead and save and preview it again. Alright, so now it's empty, and we're going to put in a little response here that says thank you. So let's go ahead and close this. The other thing I should actually point out is notice how this top was animated. I didn't point that out in the first video, so let me do that now. We added this class to it, animate top. Where I found that was on the W3 website under animations, and it was the top one. So let's go ahead and add left, and it's basically the same process. If I scroll down a little bit, it'll show you here that you basically need to add these classes wherever you want to add animation. So I'm going to add the left one to my H2 simply by pasting it in right here. So here this one made the text brown, and this one is going to animate it in from the left. And instead of saying contact us, it's going to say thank you, exclamation point. So let me save this and I'll preview it. And here, now both of my H1 and H2s are animated. All right, I'll go ahead and close the preview and we'll keep going. All right, so now we're going to add in our PHP that's going to print a little thank you message to our screen. Now just to explain what's going on here, there's going to be a lot of variables, and then there's going to be an email created, then we're going to send the email, and then we're going to print to the screen a little thank you message. But it all begins like this. I'm going to put in an angle bracket, question mark, and PHP. All right, and that is the start of our PHP. It ends with a question mark and an angle bracket. So this is the beginning of it, this is the ending of it. In between, you're going to see a whole lot of variables that start with a $, such as first name. And that's just going to hold some information for us. In particular, it's going to hold something like what we posted to the previous page, which is a $_post. All right, so that means go get what was posted to this page, something that we transferred from the form page to this page. And to get it, we have to ask for it inside of angle brackets. So inside of angle brackets and some double quotes, I'm going to say first name. So you'll see some of these very similar. Some of them might just simply be like who we're sending the email to. Like $2 is a variable that will point to like your email, or it'll be my email, something like this. And I basically need to have a to, a from, a body of the email message, a subject line. I need all of that. So we're going to make a whole bunch of these variables and just give the computer some information on how to build the email and where we want it to go and stuff like that. And finally, we're going to create a mail object to send the email, and then we're going to print it out to the screen using this echo command. So this echo command, we can now print to the screen like a thank you. It'll say like thank you, and then we'll concatenate with a little period here. That means we're going to merge together the words thank you with whatever they typed as their first name. And this would print it out to the screen. All right, so this is basically how the PHP is working. Let me go ahead and get that actual text, and we'll explain it a little further. But those are the basics. So here's all the text, and we're going to plop it in right underneath our H2 right here. And you can see, like I said, all of this is just variables. So don't let this scare you off as if it's a whole lot of stuff that is brand new to you. These, again, are just variables. So everything that is created here is just holding a little bit of information, such as who to send it to, where it's from. Right here, this is the email server that we're going to use. So since all of our students have Gmail accounts, we're going to send our email from Gmail. And this is the port that it needs to use. You're going to use your email account to send the email from, so put your email address here. As a matter of fact, you're going to put your email address here, 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 and here. So these I've noted to change, and then you also need to sign in to your email with your password right here. So this is basically just setting up an email using your email account. I should probably move that over. And down here is the information that we transferred to this page from our form. This is what they typed in for their first name, their last name, their email, the department they're trying to contact, and here's the body of our email, what we want it to say. The result is the paragraph that's going to print to our web page to say that we just sent an email to our whatever department. Then these two lines, this line right here creates our email message, and then this line right here sends our email message. And then this, while all that's taking place in the background, we're going to print out a little thank you message to the screen, which is basically this paragraph right here. All right, so that's what all that PHP does. If I save this now, I should be able to test this page out. I can go back to the index over here, and I can click preview and fill out the form. So I'll put in my name. And say hello from PHP exclamation point. I'll say it's for customer service and click send. All right, it might take a second for it to actually work through, and then it gives us our thank you message, and here's that paragraph, but the variables have been plugged in thanks to PHP. All right, so if this is what you see, you've completed the project. All you need to do is zip it up. So you're going to left click on this folder here, first PHP, then you can say show in Finder, and you're going to just take these files right here, right click on it again, and say compress for items. All right, that's going to make an archive file, and I'd appreciate it if you just change this to your last name. All right, so last name goes here, and then hit enter to accept it, and this is what you're going to upload on Schoology right here. All right, so you'll go back to Schoology and then upload your archive file right here. And we should just check to make sure that our email message arrived. So here it is. This came in from me because I'm using my own email account. And it says lesson 5, hello from PHP. So yay, it's all working. All right, at this point you can take the lesson 5 part 3 video quiz and you'll finish out the project. Congratulations.